Dr. David Tenkorang Twum is the General Secretary of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. He's joining us on Zoom. Doc, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, my brother.
Well, so you've given a 48-hour ultimatum to the Ghana Police Service to arrest a particular gentleman in the video that's gone viral. Why is that?
All right. Thank you for the opportunity, and good evening to your viewers. Yes, as we recounted in our press release, we think that the gentleman went overboard. And we don't need to encourage that kind of thing because it can be replicated in other hospitals, and it's something that is an affront to the principles of healthcare delivery. Nowhere in this world can you just bounce into a hospital, video everybody, including patients that are seeking healthcare. Their privacy were compromised completely. And I think that that's an unethical conduct, and it ought to be condemned. And the guy must be apprehended by virtue of the fact that he led a tag of about 50 people, 8 of which decided to, manhandle a nurse who actually, dressed the wounds that he brought.
I see. Now, to the extent that this was captured on the video that's gone viral, is it one that the association is minded to have even gotten a copy of this, submitted it to the police service? Because that's portions of the video we're showing right now. Have you formally reported this to the police service?
Yes, the hospital, actually, when we met the hospital management this morning, in fact, I led a delegation to meet the hospital management and the nurses at the hospital. And the management made it clear to us, because we demanded that from them. They told us, copiously, that they've made a formal report of the incident to the police, because we actually wanted to do the same, but they said that they have already done that. And indeed, we saw the police statement that was given by the lady in question. So that has been done.
I see. So after 48 hours, if this gentleman or any other persons captured in the video are not arrested, then what next for the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association? Oh,
very simple. Alfred, we don't need to even belabor this point. And in fact, our mission this morning was to close down the emergency department of the Rich Hospital, because the people told us, our nurses told us, that they don't feel safe to work there. And it's very clear. We are closed by the labor law. If you read section 119, subsection 1 of the Labor Act, or the Labor Law 2003 Act 651, it is stipulated in there that when you feel that there's imminent danger, that's hampers on your health, or as far as the environment in which you work in is concerned, you can absorb yourself, or you can remove yourself from danger. So we were actually going to do that, because when we went to the department, our people told us that they don't feel safe, because they saw the gentleman even lurking around as of yesterday. All right, and he actually promised, let me put it that way, that they will have to take one life. Okay, and we will not allow that to happen. We cannot countenance on that. But looking at the type of cases that we've met patients that actually had fractured base of skull. Okay, and that's a serious condition. Okay, if you are told that this patient has fractured base of skull, and you just close your eyes and say that by virtue of whatever had transpired, we want to take this course of action, I felt that we'll be doing too much, and that will be an overkill. And that's why we are giving ourselves 48 hours. And we think that the police must move in, the authorities must cooperate with the police so that they can arrest this gentleman who is parading himself and thinking that he's above all the laws of Ghana.
But in the video we are showing, just for the uninitiated, we see police officers at the said ward where these young men stormed. Is it not?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that is where our head is. Do you understand? Because we're trying to find out from the hospital authorities, the kind of security arrangement that they have in that hospital. And they made it clear that there's just a police post close to the mortuary of Rich Hospital. And anytime that they encounter such difficulty, and maybe those that comes around overwhelms the internal security, they're able to fall on these, if you like, standby forces, if I can put it that way. But unfortunately, they were not able to apprehend these thugs. And that is why we think that this is unacceptable. And we cannot allow these things to be pushed under the carpet. We need to take remedial actions that will guarantee the safety of nurses and midwives in Ghana. They are breaking their back, and we cannot just sit down and allow people to intimidate them, disrespect them in such unacceptable levels.
Finally, the Minister of Health, Kwabena Mintah, has assured that by the next 1 week, in fact, there's a committee that has been established to look into this, given a 1 week period to submit a report on this, and he's going to take action. That's not assuring enough for you?
He said that the guy must be accosted and prosecuted, and that's our demand. I don't see why the committee going to arrest the guy. I mean, I think that's a comprehensive action that the minister wants to take, and I don't fault him. I think it's a good thing that he wants to do, but he must do the needful. He should do the first thing first. All right, make sure that the guy is apprehended, the guy is prosecuted. Okay, because he is not above the law. We know several people that have been arrested by virtue of whatever statements that they made. Okay, whether, I mean, once you do something that is criminally in orientation, you should be held responsible. I mean, why should some people be treated as though they are above the law of Ghana? I'm not above the law. If I conduct myself in a manner that is, that runs, in adherence with the laws of Ghana, I'll be held responsible. Okay, and I don't see why some people should think that they came from heaven, and for that matter, they can misconduct themselves and go scot-free. We are making this simple demands, and Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, we always know that, or we take calculated steps in coming out. That's why we took time to even issue our statement. We went to the hospital on Sunday. We went there yesterday. Before today, myself led a delegation to the place. We were very thorough about our demands, and we will not hesitate to even escalate it to other hospitals throughout the country.
I see. We'll see that how the next 48 hours will be, whether that demand will be met and what action eventually will be taken. But thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, my brother, for having me.
Dr. David Tenkorang Twum is General Secretary for the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association there. Thank you for staying with us here on Ghana Tonight.